Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about my first experience with getting a steroid prescription filled for a multiple sclerosis exacerbation. Okay, this is day one, okay? My MS specialist, Dr. Hawker, informs me that only certain pharmacies can fill this prescription. See, after I made the decision to get a prescription filled for pills as opposed to getting hooked up to an IV, for an hour a day for like 3 days, and go sit in the ER and all this good crap, I decided to go with the pills. And then she said that the options for the pills were I can either get a prescription for a really high dosage, a pill with a really high dosage of steroids in it, and just take like 1 pill a day for 3 days, or I can get a prescription to take 25 pills a day for 3 days. Now the difference is that they don't actually make the high dosage. Again, I can't remember what the milligrams were. It was something really high. But they don't actually make that high of a dosage of steroids. She can give me the prescription, but not all pharmacies can fill it. There's this contraption that apparently only some pharmacies have, not all pharmacies have them, and basically it compacts the ingredients and it makes the pills from scratch right there in the pharmacy. And again, apparently not all pharmacies carry them, and it's like, they don't give you a list like, here, these are the pharmacies in the area that have, keep this compressor that can fill this prescription for you. I just had to go and find out. So I thought, well, that sounds like a good idea, 3 pills, for 3 days as opposed to 75 pills. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I take that prescription. I have her write out that prescription for me. And I figure, well, I'll try my local Walgreens and see if they can fill this prescription for me. So I go to my local Walgreens and I give them the prescription. And they take the prescription and they're like, they don't make this. We don't carry it, but we can call somebody about it. I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, I got to be at work by 4. I can't. I think this was like Friday. I think this might have happened on a Friday. And so it's like I can't hang around all day. And so I started to get kind of irritated because I'm wanting to hurry up and get the prescription filled, right? Because I'm kind of freaking out because this is like a whole new experience for me. And so I'm kind of freaking out, and I'm like, I start to take the prescription back. I'm like, well, if you can't fill it, I'll take it someplace else. So then, one of the ladies behind the counter starts to get kind of snooty with me, and she's like, well, if you take it, I can't do anything about it, and if they call, I'll just have to tell them to forget it. So I don't know what my luck is going to be if I go to another pharmacy, and like I said, I have to be at work at 4, so I end up just leaving the prescription with them, and it's like, well, I'll come back tomorrow or whatever. Day 2. I called my local Walgreens to see if they found out anything, because apparently they were going to call. I guess they were going to call out to another pharmacy or something. I don't know, or if they were going to maybe call the doctor's office and get the script verified because it was, an unusual prescription. So I called them to see if they find out anything, and they haven't gotten the script verified yet. Basically, they don't know anything, and the guy that I talked to over the phone is like, well, I can try to call again, and he didn't even seem to know who it was he had to call. So in the meantime, I get a message from the medical staff at the doctor's office, and they have names of a couple of other pharmacies in the area that could actually, fill this unusual prescription for me. And this actually, day 2 is actually happening on a Thursday, so again, I have to go to work at 4 o'clock. And I can't, hang around all day to make sure that the prescription gets filled. Day 3. Okay. Day 3. This is actually on a Friday, so again, I have to go into work at some point. I'm talking to the medical staff at the MS specialist doctor's office and explaining them the situation, and they offered to call in a prescription for me to a pharmacy outside of Covington, and it's supposed to be ready soon, and I can swing by there and pick it up before I go to work, right? Okay, so that's great, I'm going to get my prescription filled, right? So I go out there, I think, okay, I'll go and I'll pick up my prescription before I go to work. And I get there, and they've got the compound ready for me, and they run my insurance card through, and Humana will not cover it because it is a compound. Humana does not cover compounds. How you like that? Okay, so I find out how much it costs, and because I don't have a lot of money to throw around, I really don't feel like spending $50 on these 3 pills. Okay. Basically, I just let that go. I let them keep it, and I leave, and I end up calling into work, and calling in like a half a day, and I ended up going in at 8 that evening instead of 4, because I really wanted to go ahead and get this prescription taken care of, because it was the weekend and everything, and I didn't know how easy it would be to get it filled during the weekend. So I talked to the medical staff again on the phone and explained to them what happened and what's going on. And we decided that they're going to go ahead and call in a different prescription for the 75. Actually, what I ended up taking was 75 50 milligram prednisone tablets over a course of 3 days. I took 25 of these tablets a day for 3 days. So they went ahead and called in this other prescription for my local Walgreens, which they were able to fill, and Humana covered because that's not a compound. So I'm kind of in a hurry. I'm wanting, just go ahead and get this stupid prescription filled. I go through the drive-thru at my local Walgreens. This time, the lady was nice. The lady at the drive-up window she was real nice, but she also let me know that they don't happen to carry that at that particular pharmacy, but that I could get it at another Walgreens pharmacy in another town a few miles away. So finally what happened was I drove into, it was Florence, which is I think like 8 miles south of Covington where I live, and ended up driving down there to the Walgreens pharmacy and getting my prescription filled. And originally Humana wasn't going to cover that, but the staff at the doctor's office, which was really nice and helpful, they actually called in Humana and got the prescription approved for me. So I was able to go down to Florence and get the prescription filled. So that's my my first experience with getting a prescription for steroids filled for my big multiple sclerosis exacerbation. And also know that it had finally been approved by Humana. I only had to pay my $10 copay. So yeah. And I don't even know if it was worth it. Like I said, I don't know I'm not sure if the steroids helped. I like to think that they did. I like to think that they helped the symptoms go away faster. But, in the long run, if you think it'll help you for the exacerbation to go away quicker, then, try to go through the trouble of getting the steroids. But in the long run, they're not going to prevent any of the permanent damage from happening. They don't, they don't prevent damage. They make the symptoms go away faster. That's pretty much it.